The information, comments, and recommendations contained herein are not within the scope of investment consultancy. Investment advisory service is provided within the framework of the investment advisory service to be signed between the customer and beekeeping institutions, per education companies, non-deposit accepting banks. My comments on this channel are only my personal comments. These comments belong to you. Your financial situation and risk return may not be appropriate. Therefore, no investment should be made based on the information and comments on my channel.
Good evening to everyone. The markets are confused again. Israel was the retaliation we were waiting for. I will try to interpret the answer for you today. Dear friends, Borsa Istanbul Y index is currently at the level of 9,171 points, yesterday's hard sales. It is 2% seller and it continues, especially in the stock market. The positive trend I expected this week did not take place. I think the reason is this, Mr. President, at the opening of the Turkish Grand National Assembly yesterday, we will continue to stand against Israel, no matter what the cost is, and we will continue to stand against Israel in the war. He stated that with the tension here, with the tension in foreign policy or with this discourse, I can say that the sales in the stock market have accelerated and foreign investors have especially exited. Of course, with this discourse, the sales in the stock market are still continuing. The 9100 point level is an important support level, although we should wait for it to try 10,000 again this week. After the announcement of the president yesterday, we all observed that the sales in the stock market have deepened and are continuing rapidly. If it cannot hold above the 9,100 point level, there is an area below it up to the 8,700 point level. Especially in the last 23 videos for the last 10 days, I had serious warnings. Especially on the point of my stock market or agricultural privileges, I have mentioned that agricultural commodities are the ones that I recommend and that agricultural commodities are likely to earn more compared to the stock market in the coming months and the next 25 years. Yesterday, I published a training video from my X account, that is, my Twitter account. Here, our friends who want to enter the TR market of agricultural commodities and want to use the ELUS program, what kind of agricultural commodities can we do at this point? There was a training seminar here on the YouTube channel about trading. I shared it with you through this video. You can definitely enter the agricultural commodities side by creating a good awareness. Of course, I have often stated that we, together with our companions, expect the level of 12,000 points within a 6-month period, in the medium and long term. Today, and with the continuation of these sales, I can say this with peace of mind. Individually, do not be afraid of the sales in the stock market, especially in the war environment. On the contrary, these sales provide opportunities for those who will enter the stock market for the first time. I think medium and long-term investors should evaluate these opportunities. What is important is where you got on the train, at the beginning or at the end. That's it, especially those who made investments above the 10,000 point level or above the 11,000 point level made a loss, but those who entered between 9,400 and 9,100 points continue to wait right now. Our last purchase was at the 9,275 point level. We had determined a maturity of our own. Our maturity is 6 months target index in 6 months 12,000 points level on the side. But I would like to verbally express again that I care more about my agricultural commodities and that agricultural commodities will be at a more positive level compared to the stock market in 2025. The dollar exchange rate is at the level of 34.22 Kurush. The dollar has increased in value in all international markets this week. Why is the dollar index above the 101 level again? However, the euro-dollar parity increased again at the beginning of the week. In my video on Monday, I stated that I would follow the 110.50 support level. The euro-dollar parity decreased to the 110.45 level, the dollar index increased and therefore the dollar gained value all over the world, especially on the dollar side and exchange rates in general until the end of the year. The positive outlook continues. The bullish outlook continues and my bullish expectation continues. Again, it is known from the Central Bank of the Republic of Turkey. In all my videos and columns for the last 6 months, I had a prediction that the Central Bank of the Republic of Turkey could cut interest rates by 250 in total, 500 base points in November and December. I personally think that it will support upward movements on the music forecast side. A TL rate is at the level of 37L94 kurush. When the euro-dollar parity drops to a level of 10.45. Well, I can say that the euro is among the investment instruments or instruments that remain cheap this week, so let's give an example. I want to buy foreign currency, definitely foreign currency. Let me tell you from the beginning that it is not an investment tool. However, I insistently want to buy foreign currency. Instead of buying dollars, buy euros. In other words, the euro-dollar parity is low and the TL exchange rate is below 38 lira. Therefore, I can say that the euro is cheaper than buying dollars, especially this week. Ounce gold is at the level of $2,650. Everyone was like this when they watched the Iranian retaliation last night. Hundreds of missiles are flying. There are some who say 200. There are some who say 500. When Iran launches its ballistic missiles, it is like this on live broadcast. When everyone sees the missiles. Oh, the war has started, etc. While we were waiting for the gold to fly, there was no movement underneath. There was no movement. Why are my interviews today all about this? Friends, gold prices are now normalizing the war in the Middle East, as was the Russia-Ukraine war for 45 years. In other words, wars will continue in this region in a controlled manner until at least 2030, and gold says that I will consider this normal from now on. Gold will not react from now on and there will be normalization. There is a demand in the markets. With the geopolitical tension in the Middle East, gold gave its reaction price to the level of $2,680. There was even a bubble formation there. It rose aggressively, it reacted by $200 from the level of $2,480. Of course, the Fed also has an influence here. But he says that from now on, the war will continue in the Middle East until 2030 and I cannot react to every war and every missile. Therefore, the markets are now normalizing this with every warmongering, every missile attack, every geopolitical tension. Don't expect gold prices to rise aggressively. Because technical, as I stated in my other video, the downward corrections are not over yet. Technically, we are following the $2,580 to $2,680 range in the ounce price of gold. Since the $2,680 level has been tested above, we will now continue to follow the $2,580 support level below. In other words, our dollar position is still $280 as the support level, which we maintain. I would like to verbally declare again that I expect the level. We, our companions, continue to maintain our dollar position together. When we look at the gram gold side, gram gold is currently at the level of 361 lira. The level I follow on the gram gold side in the free markets is 2,980 lira. Since the level of 3,080 lira has been tested, it is below 2,980 lira. I will be following the support level and I will continue to see every decline as a buying opportunity. Again, there is no change in our roadmap for the end of this year. We will complete the year with a trend in the range of 3,000 to 3,500 liras. It seems that we will probably complete the year in the range of 3,350 to 3,400 liras, so every decline can be seen as a buying opportunity. It continues to be in front of our eyes, especially on the gold side for the last 2 weeks. Well, as I explained in my video on Friday, we buy 1 kilogram of gold bullion at $2,000, $3,000 more expensive compared to the world, due to the import ban. Look, it is $23,000, sometimes it is $2,290, sometimes it is $2,500, sometimes it is $3,000. There is already workmanship in gold bullion in Turkey. I gave you a warning last week, do not buy gold bullion, buy Republic Gold instead. That's why since these gold bullion have workmanship, well, we already buy them at a price of $23,000. And on top of that, such high pricing makes me feel bad. That's why we continue to wait in the dollar, so as not to wait in the open. Look, this is a very important thing. I insist on telling you that it is not clear what will happen. Because, in order not to wait in the open, it will be more advantageous if those who hold TL in their hands buy euros today. I am talking about why the euro was the cheapest for this week in particular. At least you don't stay short, you stay in the goods. You have euros in your hand. I will tell you about those declines and buying opportunities when the ounce declines. Since you will buy gold at parity with the euro in your hand when the ounce declines, at least you don't remain short, you don't have any risks and you are looking for an opportunity to buy gold. That's why personally, I have T in my hand. If they asked me, today would be my sample yield. I have 1 million TL, the gold price is high, I will buy gold. Okay, you will buy gold, but what is the lowest for today? Gold prices will not react very well to normalization. We have resistance at 2,780 by the end of the year. We have a resistance level of 2,780 above, but let's see, the support levels below are healthy declines. That rest mode is not over. I would especially like to reiterate that I do not have any upward expectations. Silver per ounce is at the level of $3,142. Currently, it is $31.5. There is 1 ounce of silver here again at the $30.50–$30.5 support level, and then I will continue to follow the $30 support level again above. The resistance level I follow is $32, that is, the band range I follow on the ounce silver is $32 level and $34.61 on the gram side. There is a penny level here. Since the gram price of silver follows the 10 price of silver, I will continue to follow the range of 33.50 to 35 lira. Brent petrol's value price is at $75.55. In my last video, I stated that the decreases would not be permanent. Currently there is a 1.61% increase in value of Brent petrol. The barrel price of has increased due to the tension in the Middle East. And it will probably continue to rise. Let's talk about Bitcoin at 96 cents and 60. 58,500 is a strong support level, but since my prediction of $8,000 at the end of the year continues, I do not expect these declines to be permanent, especially on the Bitcoin side. It is positive on the stock market side. So, if you tell me today what to buy or what is cheap. For example, I would call one stock market in the stock exchanges today as cheap for the Istanbul Y index, I would call 2 Bitcoins as cheap, and I would buy the third one in euros to avoid being left out in the open. I would prefer to wait in euros. This is my expectation today, and we will continue on a daily basis with my weekly analysis. I would like to make an important warning that will be interpreted according to the conditions that we will look at in the next processes. Dear friends, be careful when going to the bank with a large amount of money in your hand. It was possible to make transfers etc. to banks. It used to be in practice, but now there is a new instruction. Banks are now asked about the source of this money. Where did the money come from? You may have sold land and had this physical money. You have to show your title deed or transaction amount related to this land sale to the bank, because it is a bank employee. They will ask you about the source of this money. You may have exchanged foreign currency, you may want to deposit TL with your account at the bank. The bank employee will again say, where did this money come from? I exchanged foreign currency. Then bring me the currency exchange slip. I exchanged gold, then bring me the gold exchange slip. So they will ask the source of your money. From now on, it's close. At some point or in the future, you will physically take TL and Turkish lira to the bank. Well, be sure to prepare the documents of the source of your money. Now you will be asked this question, where did this money come from? How did you earn this money? What is the source of this money? They will ask you what transaction you did or what you did that day. If you are going to make a transaction, do not forget to put her documents. Banks will now ask you one by one for the source of your money. Until today, they were always asking for banknotes of 500 lira and 1000 lira, for example, or they were saying that new banknotes would be issued. Friends, I have written this in my books for the last 4 years, and I have been saying for the last 4 years that the last generation is using paper money. From now on, the circulation of all money will be digital. And that's why they won't print new bank houses, that's the reason behind not printing them. Look, there is a control mechanism. Every day there will be a new news flow regarding the circulation of paper money. New decisions will be heard. They will now systematically end the circulation of money. After that, we will switch to digital currencies in the world system that reset the system. Don't wait for new banknotes or anything. That's why the circulation of these currencies will take place. They will completely eliminate the circulation of these currencies. It will be done through transfer. That's why people will not have to travel left and right in the market with such sacks of money on their backs. I will give you the information about it in advance. Let me tell you, friends who did not download this application via a platform are at a loss. Again, due to this war tension, we observe that the spreads in the Grand Bazaar market are slowly opening. With the fluctuations during the day, the spreads also started to open slowly. That is why the bank spreads increased from 70-80 liras to 100 liras. Our friends who will buy and sell gold and silver need to download the Air platform to their mobile phones. They can make transactions here 724,365 days a day, they can buy and sell, plus they can make physical deliveries from nearly 400 ADN points across Turkey. I will give you new good news at the physical delivery point soon. Again, I leave the link of the Air platform in the description section. Here, be sure to download this Air platform to your mobile phone, do not get hurt because of that gap, stop these things, we have seen a decline to the level of $60,000 on the Bitcoin side. My upward prediction continues, again eat for our friends who trade in the crypto money market. Since I work with Bitlo, I left the link of Bitdo in the description section below. You can also take a look at this side. You have various advantages here. You can definitely evaluate this. If you are wondering about anything you need to consult or ask me, I left the link of Expert.com in the description section below. You can make an e-appointment through this link, we can have consultations together and we can make better decisions together, especially with these geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, with the war, sometimes they become bloody, etc. Mind your business, continue your investments, do not worry, just focus on your business and buy assets as much as possible. Buy land, house, gold, continue to buy assets. And mind your business. I am in Arnaut village today. I am visiting the whole region. I am currently examining the new development areas, new cities, projects, the projects you see behind me. At what stage are we at, what is its value and how is it sold? I am examining it. Today, I am in Arnaut village. My investments are here too. I'm making a market today in Arnaut village, it's a magnificently developing, magnificently renewed area. I can convey my observations here more easily in the next video, but what I mean is, keep buying assets, it's not paper money, look, keep buying assets. I can say that he has made a serious investment in his future as well as protecting his assets. I already extend my heartfelt greetings to you, your children, your family, I say good evening, God bless you.